So, as a beginner, you want to know, how do I create a page in Figma? Let's do that. As you can see here on Figma, we've got this icon for a frame. If you click here, as you can see, this is a frame. Let's say this was the active icon at the moment. If you press F on your keyboard, as you can see, you can jump to the frame. So as you click here in a frame, you can see here you've got a lot of options. With Figma, you can design for website, you can design for mobile, and also you can design for paper printing. So let's just quickly check the option. If you want to design for a phone, you can click here and choose the size of your choice. If you know you're going to design for an Android, you can choose the Android. If you are going to design for an iPhone, you can choose for iPhone. And then we've got the tablet. If you might want to design something specifically for a tablet, you can choose one of these. If you might want to design for a desktop, maybe it's a website, you can come here and choose one of these. And then if you might want to make a presentation, obviously you can check here. Let's just quickly jump to this one, which is paper. If you want to design for paper printing, you can choose this one. You are free to go and check some of the options which we are not going to use in this course. In this course, we are going to check the phone and the desktop. So that is it. These are the options for the frame. However, if what you are looking for is not here, you are able to create your own size. How do you do that? You can go to the frame and then you can drag, click and drag, something like this. So with this one, you are creating a custom frame. Let's say we want to create a user interface for a mobile phone. So we are going to click here on the frame, and then we are going to go to mobile. Let's say we want to create a user interface for an Android. You are going to go here and just click here. As you can see, this is the size for an Android mobile phone. And then what if maybe you don't like this option? You can click here and press delete on your keyboard, and then go back to frame again, and then you can choose another option. So let's just choose any for now. As you can see, we don't really see the difference between the foreground and the background, or we don't see the difference between the background and our canvas or page. So what you can do, make sure you are clicking on the background, the entire project, not in a frame. Make sure you click outside the frame. You will see this color value, and then you can click here and make the background darker a little bit. So this helps you to bring a contrast between the background and the foreground. So after you are done with that, as you can see, this screen is more like fitting the entire area. Maybe you might not want that. How do you solve this problem? If you look here on the top right, there is 80%, which is the zooming option. Let's just decrease here and see what will happen. Control zoom out. As you can see, now the screen has been zoomed out a little bit, so meaning that you can be able, maybe when you are dragging and dropping an image, you've got some room to drag the image outside the frame and play around with that. So now we are done with creating a frame. Now let's talk about renaming a frame. Obviously, you might want to rename your screens, maybe screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, or maybe according to the purpose and essence of the UI, homepage, dashboard, and login. So how would you go about doing that? So you can just click on the name here. You can just double click there, and let's say this is homepage, and then you can click enter. What if maybe you want to create the same screen so that you can create the second screen from this template or size? You can just click the frame and press Ctrl D. As you can see, I have just duplicated this frame. So what I will do, I will come here, and then from then I will type log in. Okay, let's say now you want to save the whole project in Figma. Since it's online, you don't really have to save the project. It's being saved automatically. To me, this was the game changer for Figma. I am used to CorelDRAW, Illustrator, or Photoshop. These are desktop based applications. Well, not all of them, they differ. But with CorelDRAW, I've just realized that I used to have some minor issues when the program has crashed while I'm working. This means that I have lost a lot of work that I have done. In most cases, I used to start from scratch. Now, let's go to Figma on the web. Everything is being saved automatically. If you can save the window right now, your work is already saved. But however, this doesn't mean that you are not supposed to rename your project. Naming things is very important. Now, let's name the project. So if you want to name your project, you can go to this draft. And then from then, let's say UI dash course. As you can see, this project has been renamed to UI dash course.